To the Keystone College Performance Music family. It seems like I was just here last March providing you with a video explanation of how we'd get through that semester, and we're back here again kind of explaining this fall and how it will work. The first thing I want to say is how much I miss making music with all of you. You are all really at the forefront of my thoughts during this difficult time. I truly hope you're healthy, well, and that your families are as well. I also want to begin this document by apologizing for not communicating more during the summer. But quite frankly, I grew weary watching a soccer camp come out and say, well, yeah, we're going to have soccer camp, and then we don't. Or a music program come out and say, yeah, we're going to have camp, and then they can't. So I didn't want to add to your disappointment reviewing plans when we didn't know exactly what was going to happen. In fact, a couple of weeks ago, I had a 30-page document formed about how we can still have large ensembles safely. And then the governor's order came and said we can't have more than 25 people in a room, which I certainly understand all avenues of keeping folks safe during this time. So I'm sorry we weren't more communicative during this time. We just, quite frankly, didn't know what to tell you, and I didn't want to make promises that just let you down. I also want to say I'm sorry to the seniors. When I made, I just referenced sitting here in March, when I made that video last March, I never in a million years thought that we wouldn't be able to even have that summer concert series. And then we all know what happened. So they're out of our control, but I am sorry for any hardship or worry. I know I got a couple emails like, hey, what's going on in the fall? And I even responded to some of them with, we're back at Keystone, it's gonna go. But this video and the document that I'm gonna send all of you via email should explain what we're doing this fall. Back to referencing to the seniors that you missed the chance to play again in that summer series, know this: the next time that we have a concert for performance music on campus, I don't know when that will be because obviously our concerts are large and widely attended, but whenever that is, you will be welcome to play with us. Regardless, if you haven't been playing, we'll still welcome you back. You can play the pieces you're ready for, sing the pieces you're ready for, etc. But you'll be welcome with open arms the next time that we play. With that in mind, I do have to tell you that even though this plan today is obviously the best we can do today here on August 7th, it may change. I want to start that. I started the town halls for Keystone with that same message. Whether the data changes, the science changes, there's safety concerns, or if there's rules and regulations put in place by either the college or government agencies, things that I tell you may happen today may change. And I'm sorry for that. But I think we all know that that's the nature of the world we live in now. And everything that we're presenting today is with your safety and best interest in mind. Okay, so you may now be thinking, okay, so what will performance music look like? You're like, get to it. But before I do that, I just want to remind you that this is hopefully just one semester or one brief period of time where things will be different. You've been a part of this wonderful program. Many of you helped us build it from the very beginning. Whether you're a student, community member, or high school musician, you're an integral and appreciated musician within this program. You've known just how fun and rewarding it can be, and we're going to get back there with maybe even an increased appreciation for what we do making music together. So, this isn't a gloom and doom moment in terms of music or sports. It's hard. I know that it's emotional, but think of it as a pause. And I told the Keystone College students at orientation, don't let the fall of 2020 define your career. In the same way, to all of you musicians, don't let this one semester define what performance music at Keystone and your career or time or portion making music with us here is. With that in mind, I want to start with the news for the fall that is the hardest to accept. It's the most emotional for me. During the fall of 2020 and truly until it is safe, we cannot have community musicians or high school musicians play in our ensembles. It's a safety decision and it's the right one. It is true that the college will be open this fall. However, if you've been keeping up with Keystone, we have canceled all athletic contests because we don't want the college athletes commingling with populations from other schools. They are suspending visitors to campus, and they're not allowing visitors in the residence halls. If you think about it, with those rules in place, it's not possible for us to then welcome visitors to campus. There's also just the issue of the governor restricting populations within a room to a maximum occupancy of 25 or less, so none of our ensembles are that small. Rules aside, when we look at the evidence, facts, and medical knowledge, it's simply not safe for us to mix populations. It's not safe for the community members, the high school students, or the college campus community. What happens is you have all these contact points, whether they be your school or job or outside of here, and the more that we intermingle those on college campuses, the more that there's a chance for transmission, a chance for negative occurrence in terms of outbreaks and possible safety issues. So yeah, this is emotional, this is hard, but I want you to again think that while it is hard to accept, it is a brief pause. It is a brief moment, hopefully just one semester when we can't kind of be at our full. I want to be as clear as possible to our community musicians. We are not moving on without you. We have not forgotten that many of you were here since the fall of 2014. It's true that, you know, of course, college students, they have to be my utmost priority. I'm a employee of Keystone College, but don't think that I have turned my back on the community musicians, especially that have been here since the beginning. We all know how important you are to this program. We are not having symphonic band or jazz ensemble or chorale without you. We're simply not having them at all. Musical considerations aside, our ensembles simply could not be the welcoming and family-based groups they have always been without our community musicians. It's true that other colleges allow community musicians to play within their ranks, but the disturbing thing I've seen sometimes is it almost seems like they try to hide that fact. Here at Keystone, we celebrate it, and we always will. One of my favorite components of this department is the fact that we combine such a wide range of ages and backgrounds, and then we come together to make music as one. We will always celebrate this fact. And we look very much forward to the day when we can welcome you back. And by the way, I will do that, community musicians and high school students, as soon as the medical evidence and facts allow us to look at it being permissible to combine these different groups. So I urge, again, many of you who've been since the beginning to remember this is one semester. Think back on the excellence that we're going to get back to. It's not an ending. It's a pause in the story that we've been writing together. And during this time, you are still, all of you, a part of performance music at Keystone College. We're still together as one, even from afar. During your time away this fall, community musicians, high school students, I will be distributing to you method books, new literature videos, and other helpful things that will help you engage in music individually. I do urge you to continue to practice so you don't find yourself in a situation where you come back after months of not playing. As a challenge to you, wouldn't it be wonderful to see how many of you come back even better because you took this time, you know, every Tuesday night, instead of going to symphonic band, I practice my instrument for 2 hours. See what happens. You just might come back being able to handle some of that music that maybe tripped you up in the past. To my Keystone College students, I want you to know that there will be offerings, musical offerings for you on campus as long as we are allowed here. And as it looks now, we are returning to campus in person. It will be new, exciting, challenging, perhaps daunting, but most of all, really different. Obviously, we will not be able to provide performances for the campus community, but after talking with some of the staff, I believe it could be a semester when we offer the opportunity for you to grow individually more. So as perhaps succeeding at an even higher level when you're able to rejoin the large ensembles, hopefully this spring of 2020. How we do this is the next portion of the document that's sitting in your inbox that if you would rather read, but I'll take you through it in this video as well. So this is kind of the logistics of how Keystone College students only will be providing opportunities in performance music for you this fall. On Tuesday and Wednesday evenings, during our normal rehearsal times from 7 to 9, college students, you're invited to choose from an a la carte type of menu of ensembles that I'll be emailing to you this Monday, August 10th. These groups will obviously be smaller, spread out along the hall. We'll have some plexiglass barriers, etc. By the way, you just saw my hand. I broke my hand, so sorry. But anyway, we will have about 30 separate policies and procedures in regards to personal safety, cleaning and sanitation, and protective equipment that I will be sharing with you in a subsequent document. It's a lot of detail. I didn't want to put it in this video that would make it exceptionally large, but we will absolutely, whatever offerings, there's smaller groups on Tuesday and Wednesday evenings, we will find ways to keep you safe masks, PPE, etc., sanitation, cleaning, social distancing barriers that will keep you safe if you choose to participate. As I said, this menu that you're going to order your ensembles from, it will be sent Monday, August 10th. If you have any suggestions for ensembles that could go on here, please email them to me. You'll then choose from the menu of what ensembles you're looking for, and you'll send me your order for what ensembles you're comfortable being a part of by Friday, August 21st. So to explain how this will work, on Tuesday evenings and Wednesday evenings, you might have a woodwind ensemble that's 5-person, or you might have a brass quintet, or you might have a vocal group of 7 or 8 singers spaced out singing with plexiglass barriers in between. Or we're looking at a percussion ensemble, which we could wear masks getting into, and Mr. Dempsey's going to help us teach that. We'll get some really cool beats going. It'll be kind of in conjunction to the KC drumline. These are the types of smaller opportunities and the types of smaller ensembles that we can offer you in lieu of large ensembles and still do so safely. In order to do that, your ensemble might not meet every week. Tuesdays will still be percussion, concert band, and choral music. Wednesdays will still be vocal and instrumental, but jazz, centered upon jazz. So we're kind of keeping the schedule the same as it is, because when we come back, we're going to stick to that schedule. So again, just to recap that, students, you're going to get a menu Monday. You're going to look at that menu and choose what ensembles you'd like to be a part of. Then I'll gather that information. It'll be submitted by Friday, August 21st, but the sooner the better. And then once I know what kind of interest we have, I'll issue a schedule of when these ensembles can meet, and I'll be explaining how they can meet safely. Individual instrumental lessons for the fall of 2020 are now optional rather than required, and any lessons that we have will have to be in the theater, as obviously we can't be in the close quarters of a practice room. But they're normally required for instrumentalists. They will be simply only if you want them. What we're trying to do is make this semester very much fun, rewarding, but also not adding any pressure to what's already going to be a tough semester for you academically. Musicians may still utilize the practice rooms one at a time, and we will partner with facilities so as to ensure the appropriate cleaning of these rooms. You may feel free to form your own small ensembles outside of that a la carte menu that I'm sending to you. You just have to consult me or Ms. McGrath in terms of how we can have safe rehearsal standards. So in other words, whatever safety and cleaning and sanitation procedures we do for the percussion ensemble, for instance, you will have to utilize if you start a rock band or a saxophone quintet or whatever, okay? While we obviously can't give live performances, we are investigating our capabilities to live stream the music that you create. But again, that's only if you choose. At no time will I be twisting your arm to share your music. It's just if you would like to. And then any college student, if you are opting to take online only or remote classes for the fall of 2020, or if you're just not comfortable in our rehearsal areas, you're looking at, after I explain the safety things and you're like, that's still just not comfortable for me, we will welcome you back without reservation in the spring of 2020 or whenever normal performance music operations resume. So college students, I hope that will be something you take advantage of, and I hope that we'll have good buy-in. We have some tremendous freshman recruits that I know in speaking to them at orientation are really excited about some of these opportunities. But you can be the ones that say, yeah, this is fun, this is good. I like brass quintet, but wait till that symphonic band's back. Wait till that chorale's back. Or, I like singing this cool 4-part or 5-part harmony, but it's so much fun when the chorale has 70+ singers and we're, playing with somebody on drum set. So you can kind of be our ambassadors to where we're heading back to when we get to our sense of normalcy. Excuse me for one moment. In speaking with the staff, as well as some of our student leaders, they really kind of had this unique and positive aspect that could arise within this fall semester. It may lie within the lack of pressure in regards to upcoming concerts. In other words, without the knowledge that, hey, we have a concert in 3 rehearsals, 2 rehearsals, concerts next week, we can really take our time and center our efforts upon helping you improve as musicians. We can explore different types of music as well. If you've been thinking about, African drum circles or pop music or spoken word, we can explore that because we won't have our more traditional collegiate music department concerts. So if you're passionate about type of music, let me know. Basically, whatever you want, the semester is all about what you want to do rather than the usual format of, here's our program, sign up for what you'd like to do, off we go. You know, if you'd like to take music theory lessons, I'll help you. If you'd like to explore music recording technology, I'll help you with that. I basically just want to do all I can from a performance music standpoint, from a staff standpoint, and I know Ms. McGrath, Mr. Dempsey echo this, to support our college students and make as much music as possible in the fall of 2020 and just make the semester the best it can be for you. No pressure to perform, no additional stress, just joy and music. I'll leave you with this thought, and hopefully some of our community musicians are still listening to the video. There were truly hard decisions that had to be made with the best interest of our program and all of you in mind. You know, I've said this before, we care very much about musical excellence at Keystone College, but I care more about all of you more. We care more about your safety than we do about just sounding great. And although, you know, we push you for excellence and we push you to be the best that you can be, more important than that is your well-being. So as I said before, this is just one chapter in our story. We will come back to musical excellence. I've been assured by the institution that, you know, we will be supported during this time. And as soon as it's safe to do so, we'll bring it back. We will come back together. And on that day, you know, I'll have a tear in my eye and a baton in my hand. Well, that's, you know, that's a lie. I think I'll just cry. I think I'll just be bawling and I won't be ashamed one bit when we're back ready to go full. Maybe that first concert will be very emotional as well. For the college students who I will be making music with this semester, I look forward to the unique opportunity to explore kind of in different ways that we make music together and still having it being a part of our lives. For those of you who can't join us this semester, community musicians and high school students, we will miss you. We will be thinking of you, but any music we create, it will still be your music as well, because you're a part of performance music, whether you're here or whether we have to be far away. Please let me know if I can be of any help or answer any questions. Performance music will be back. It's going to be different this fall for the college students, and I'm still here. Don't think of this office as being one which you can't reach out to community musicians. You want to call me up and go over a rhythm, I'd love to do that. You want to just talk about practice techniques. If you just need to vent about the state of affairs of the world, I'm still here, still your band director, and still proud to represent all of you because you form performance music at Keystone. It's your program, and what an exciting future we have when we're able to be together again. Thank you so much for listening, and please let me know what questions. College students, look for that menu to come your way on Monday. And again, as situations change, we will update you as soon as the information arises. Be safe, be well, particularly as we look at colleges and schools opening this fall. Please take care of each other and know that you will absolutely be at the very front of my thoughts and in my heart during this time.